the hill, and they looked so stunned because I assumed they thought I did that every day of the week.
You very nearly lost your very last film role, didn't you?
I did, really. I was playing the leading part, about 16 years old, in Calamity the Cow, which was... You never heard of Calamity the Cow? No, you did? No, this was a children's film, you know, and I had the...
Oh, really?
But the director took a dislike to me. I mean, I was 16. I wanted to play it like an adult 16-year-old, and he wanted me to play it like a young 16-year-old. So he won because he's the director, and he wrote me out of the script, and I mysteriously went on to a biking holiday halfway through the film. And, you know, the guy said, do you really have to go on this biking holiday, Gerald? And I said, yes, I'm afraid I do. You know, only to come back at the very end of the film.
Oh, dusty.
That was terrific.
I'm one of these people that went through one of those incredibly unfortunate periods called puberty, you know, where basically, like, my face exploded, and I also, as a child, I wore very thick glasses and was very overweight, all the best things you can possibly be. And I just generally didn't have a clue. I mean, I was one of those kids that never didn't even see a mirror until I was about 13, and by that time it was too late. I was right bang in the middle of the spots and the hair and everything. So I just basically had given up on the idea of girls until I was about 15, and then when I was about 15, I suppose my hormones calmed down a bit, and I was very shy, but girls actually, you know, initiated relationships kind of thing. So I was all right from then on. But you know, whenever you see a bad picture of yourself, well, whenever I see a bad picture of myself, that 13-year-old comes flooding back, you know, waddling along.
Well, they had the diphtheria epidemic in Scotland, and everybody had to go and have these inoculations, which were in 3 stages, and apparently they got worse and worse. You know, it was like when you were a kid. And I remember standing behind this girl called Cathy Dugan. I'm sure she's probably watching the show now. And she was so big, and she had this arm like my leg, and they put the needle right in the bicep. And that was the last thing I remember. And I've been the same with needles ever since.
Are you very self-conscious about your huge height?
Well, I regard it as normal, you see. That's the trouble. So when I meet someone of, what, 5'1"?
You flatter me as 4'11", actually. Thank you very much.
My mother's only 5'1", incidentally.
Ah.
And when I was about 13 years of age, if we walked down the street, because I was 6 foot tall by that point, people used to nudge each other as we went by.
Well, I think it's always that being tall or short is just a mental outlook, you know? Because I always think I'm very tall.
How tall are you?
Well, I'm very tall.
Excellent.
I mean, I cry easy, and I mean, just the other day, just because we're all sitting here, George and I watched